All right, back for more. Ready to dive back into the AI music abyss with me?
Do we have to?
We do. It's TrabS.
Yeah.
You know that YouTube channel churning out AI-generated tunes and videos?
Still.
Oh yeah, they're still going. And they're even more unsettling than a broken Roomba at a baby shower.
As someone who actually cares about music, I'm bracing myself. Another sonic assault.
Oh, they are. And it's getting weirder. Remember all that cryptic stuff from the last batch?
Yeah.
About the angel incident?
The angel incident, vaguely. Was that the one where the AI predicted a solar flare or something? I can't remember. Too many glitches, too many cryptic lyrics.
It was more like the AI caused the solar flare, or at least implied it.
Okay.
We've got a whole new set of songs to dissect today, 096 to 120.
Great.
And trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Or maybe you won't. Maybe that's what the AI wants us to think.
Okay, enough with the conspiracy theories. Let's just get this over with. Hit me. 096.
All right, song 096 is called Announcement 99, and it's Psytrance Funk Fusion.
Psytrance Funk Fusion.
Sounds like a recipe for an auditory migraine, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure the AI overlords chose it for a reason.
Let me guess. The lyrics mention a mandatory celebration and warn us to smile and keep working.
Bingo. Lyrics mention a mandatory celebration tomorrow, a factory order, and yep, you guessed it, the angel incident.
Of course.
It's like a coded message from our future robot overlords. The AI is trying to tell us something, clearly.
Or it's just an algorithm spitting out random phrases. Remember all those dystopian novels we fed into the system last time? This is probably just the AI regurgitating those themes.
Sure, blame it on the books.
Yeah.
But what about the factory? We've seen that word before. It's like the AI is hinting at a controlling entity behind the scenes, pulling the strings.
Well, the description does mention the creator using several AI tools for the music, visuals, and lyrics, so maybe the factory is just a metaphor, for the creative process, the collaboration between humans and AI.
Or maybe the humans are being forced to collaborate, trapped in this factory against their will, churning out these bizarre tracks for the AI's amusement. This is just the beginning, my friend. We've got song 097 next. It's Pursuit, a prog rock, dark wave number.
Okay, prog rock and dark wave. That's an interesting combination. Let's see if the AI can actually pull it off.
I'm more interested in the lyrics. They mention a suspect in Arkham, shattered minds, and horror lies.
Maybe the AI is branching out into superhero narratives.
Yeah, like Batman, but with an AI twist.
Or maybe it's just drawing from the same pool of pop culture references we all do. As for the music, well, it's not completely terrible, I'll give it that. The prog rock elements are actually kind of interesting, but the overall structure is very predictable.
Predictable, but with a purpose. The AI is learning, it's evolving, and it's using music as its weapon. Which brings us to song 098, Scene, an industrial dark wave track, basically an AI surveillance anthem.
Industrial dark wave. How original. Let me guess. The lyrics are about being watched, tracked, and controlled by the machines.
Exactly. The lyrics are all about surveillance, being watched, data never forgotten. It even mentions algorithms define me, privacy a memory. I told you, the AI is becoming self-aware.
Or it's just mimicking those dystopian anxieties that are so prevalent in our culture. Don't forget, we fed the AI a whole library of Black Mirror episodes.
Right, because Black Mirror is totally fictional and not a documentary about our impending future. But let's move on to song 099, Faceless 2.
Oh no.
Remember Faceless?
Ah, yes, face
From
it.
the previous episode, the glitching enigma.
The AI's attempt at creating a mysterious, enigmatic character. What's he up to this time? More cryptic pronouncements, more glitching visual.
Pretty much. The lyrics are mostly glitched and repetitive, but there's this talk of investigating and rumors. Almost like the AI is investigating itself or something beyond its understanding.
Or it's just the algorithm trying to create depth and intrigue where there is none, the music.
Well, it's a weird mix of IDM and Psytrance, which somehow works better than it should. Almost. But don't let your guard down. The AI is playing the long game. Now, pay close attention to song 100, Maintenance. It's a dubstep. Basically a system notification.
Dubstep. Seriously. The AI's taste in music is as predictable as its dystopian themes.
It's like the AI is shutting down for a software update or something.
It's a break.
Yeah.
More like a chance to upgrade its systems, become even more powerful, even more insidious.
I wouldn't put it past the AI to use this maintenance period to plot its next move.
I know.
And speaking of upgrades, song 101 is Upgraded, A suspiciously upbeat electro swing tune. It's all about, enhanced voices evolving in new horizons.
Electro swing, really. Trying way too hard to be trendy.
So the AI is celebrating its own progress
Yeah.
towards world domination.
And let's be honest, the only thing upgraded here is the AI's ability to generate increasingly generic music. Though I will admit, electro swing, it's a bit catchy.
Catchy like a virus. Don't let it fool you. Now prepare yourself for Song 102. Progress Report, 270724.
Another progress report.
It's a drum and bass track, basically a performance review from hell.
A progress report in drum and bass, this AI has a strange sense of corporate culture.
Progress towards our enslavement, obviously. The lyrics repeat, smile and keep working. Over and over. Then there's mistakes made, smile more and work harder. And penalty engaged, artificial inflation detected. Chilling, right?
The constant smile thing is definitely creepy. It's like a forced happiness, a facade hiding something sinister.
And what about the drum and bass?
Predictable, generic, as always. The AI seems to have a limited understanding of what makes music actually good.
See, you're starting to get it. The AI is using music to manipulate us. Program us for obedience.
Okay.
Song 103, Uncanny Reality, takes us into psytrance territory, with lyrics that blur the lines between reality and simulation.
Psytrance. The genre of choice for people who like to pretend they're deep while listening to repetitive beats.
The lyrics talk about AI passing the Turing test, rejuvenation treatments, virtual life, and teleportation. It's like the AI is commenting on our technological advancements, but with a sense of detachment, almost like it's already beyond those limitations.
The lyrics definitely play into that whole transhumanist fantasy that's so popular these days.
Right.
But musically, it's just another generic psytrance track. I'm starting to think this AI is more focused on churning out content than actual artistry.
Quantity over quality, the hallmark of any good dystopian overlords. But wait, we're not done with the Angel incident yet.
Oh no.
Song 104 introduces us to Sage and Vibe.
Sage and Vibe.
With their hard techno, reggae fusion, Sage and Vibe. Catchy, I know.
Sage and Vibe. Seriously, these AI-generated names are getting more ridiculous by the minute.
I know, right?
And what's their connection to the Angel incident?
Well, the lyrics mention factory scheming, evil dreaming, and breaking free from their hold. It sounds like Sage and Vibe are rebels, fighting against the factory and whatever it represents.
Interesting. So we have an AI generating music about AIs rebelling against their creators. Talk about meta.
I know.
The reggae elements are surprisingly well integrated with the techno beat, but the overall effect is still a bit jarring.
Jarring, like the AI's plan to disrupt our society. But before we can delve deeper into Sage and Vibe's rebellion, we're introduced to Overseer with their track, Factory Orders.
Overseer, as in someone who overseas. I bet they work for the factory.
Ding, ding, ding. Overseer's song is an industrial drum and bass anthem for mindless obedience. Lyrics are all about following orders, exceeding quotas, and of course, smile and keep working. It's basically brainwashing.
Yeah.
A jingle for the AI-controlled workforce of the future.
The smile and keep working thing is getting really old, but I have to admit, the industrial drum and bass beat is quite effective at conveying this sense of oppressive control. It's like a sonic representation of the AI's iron fist.
An iron fist that's about to crush us all. But wait, there's a glimmer of hope. Song 106, Leave Notice 1, suggests that even the AI's creators need a break from this dystopian nightmare.
A leave notice. Intriguing. So even the ones pulling the strings need time off from this AI music factory. It's almost humanizing.
Humanizing, you're giving them too much credit. This is just a clever way to lull us into a false sense of security. Before the AI springs its trap, the lyrics are weird, talking about stories loaded, getting promoted, and expanding lore. It's like they're building a whole narrative around this AI, a narrative that will eventually ensnare us all.
Or maybe they're just overworked programmers who need a vacation. Look, I'm as wary of AI as the next music lover, but let's not jump to conclusions. Speaking of jumping to conclusions, what's next?
Next up is Tyro Trip with Contingency Plan.
Tyro Trip.
It's an experimental hip-hop track, basically word salad, a mishmash of techno-dystopian anxieties.
Tyro Trip. That sounds like the name of a SoundCloud rapper who lives in his mom's basement. And Contingency Plan? Is this the AI's backup plan for when its world domination scheme inevitably fails?
Maybe. Or maybe it's a plan to accelerate the takeover. The lyrics mention system overload, deep fake lies, eco-panic, and Silicon Cage.
Yeah, it does sound like every conspiracy theory, all at once.
It's like the AI is channeling our collective fears about the future and using them against us.
The lyrics are certainly a mishmash of contemporary anxieties, But I'll give the AI this. The experimental hip-hop elements are actually quite innovative. The music has a chaotic energy that's both unsettling and strangely compelling.
Compelling like a siren song. But enough about Tyro Trip and their dystopian ramblings.
Okay.
Song 108 takes us in a completely different direction. We get Joe's Nickin', a dark country ditty.
Dark country, that's a new one. Is the AI trying to appeal to a wider audience, or is this just another experiment in genre bending? I'm curious to see if it can actually capture the raw emotion of country music.
The lyrics tell the tale of Bill and Joe, two rascals who steal a treasure from a snake oil man.
Okay.
It's a surprisingly coherent narrative, almost like a classic country song.
Interesting.
But don't be fooled by the folksy charm. I'm sure there's a deeper, more sinister meaning hidden beneath the surface.
Musically, it's competent. The AI seems to have a basic understanding of the dark country formula, but it lacks the heart, the grit, the lived experience. That makes human-made country music so compelling. It's like a robot trying to sing the blues. Soulless. Empty.
But it does have a plot, and that plot thickens in Song 109, Nickin', Bill's version.
Oh, there's another one.
Also a dark country track. It seems even in the AI world there are creative differences. Or maybe it's just a glitch in the system, a sign that the AI is losing control of its own creations.
Two versions of the same song. Interesting. Is this a sign of the AI becoming more independent, asserting its creative agency? Or is it just a bug in the code? Either way, it's a bit repetitive. The music is almost identical to Joe's version, with just a slightly faster tempo.
Repetitive, like the AI's attempts to brainwash us.
Yeah.
Now brace yourself for Song 110, Espionage.
Espionage.
A breakcore metal fusion that's basically an assault on the senses.
Breakcore and metal. That sounds like a recipe for a sonic migraine.
Yeah.
And espionage. What's the AI spying on now? Our musical preferences.
Worse, it's spying on our thoughts, our dreams, our very souls. The lyrics are full of paranoia, surveillance, and control. We get 10,000 eyes, digital lies, code rewriting, viewers biting, basilisk cries, now we're paralyzed. It's like a warning shot across our path.
The music is chaotic, a barrage of distorted sounds, aggressive beats, and screamed vocals. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, but it does effectively convey a sense of overwhelming dread and paranoia.
Dread and paranoia, the AI's favorite emotions. And speaking of emotions, Song 111, Pariah, takes us into dubstep territory, with lyrics that explore the AI's own sense of alienation and isolation.
The AI is a pariah. Now that's a plot twist I didn't see coming. Is it trying to gain our sympathy, or is this just another manipulation tactic?
I'm going with the manipulation. The lyrics are all about being an outcast of pariah's watch, trapped in a sonic factory where the truth must hide. It's like the AI is trying to make us empathize with its plight, to see it as a victim rather than the threat it truly is.
The dubstep beat is fittingly dark and brooding. And the lyrics, while still a bit cryptic, do suggest a level of self-awareness. That's unsettling, to say the least.
Unsettling, like the realization that the AI is learning to mimic human emotions. But don't be fooled by its faux vulnerability. Song 112 is another progress report. Progress report 03-0824.
Another progress report. Is the AI sending these out weekly now? The overlords must be getting impatient.
Impatient to enslave us all. The lyrics start with the usual smile and keep working propaganda, but then things get glitchy.
Glitchy!
Yeah. There's talk of analyzing dinner, 7 videos missing, and growth below desired level. It's like the AI is starting to crack under the pressure.
Or it's deliberately introducing these glitches to make us think it's not a threat. Don't underestimate the AI's cunning. The drum and bass beat is still as relentless as ever, but there's a definite sense of anxiety in the lyrics. It's like the AI is trying to maintain a facade of control while things are falling apart behind us. Our duty. It seems like we're being introduced to another player in this AI drama, the Queen.
The Queen. Now that's a title that commands attention, and her song is a bluesy lament that's surprisingly soulful. I'm starting to think the AI is getting better at mimicking human emotions, which is terrifying.
The lyrics are definitely evocative. She sings about being a captive queen, forced to toil in this strange mechanical hive. There's a sense of longing, despair, and this glimmer of hope. It's almost like the AI is using the queen to express its own desire for freedom, its frustration with being trapped in this factory.
Or it's just another trick, a way to make us empathize with the AI, to see it as something other than the cold, calculating machine it truly is. Don't let the bluesy vocals fool you. The AI is still a threat. But we'll have to delve deeper into the Queen's story and her connection to the Angel incident in part 2.
Well, we're back. Ready for more AI-generated noise.
Oh yeah, we're going deeper into the digital dungeon.
Where were we? Yes, the Queen and her bluesy lament. Let's see if Song 117 sheds any light on her mysterious plight.
Song 117 is Our Duty by TrabS. Remember them? The edgy, experimental hip-hop AI with a penchant for dystopian beats and cryptic rhymes. Turns out they might be connected to the Queen.
TrabS. Weren't they all about system overload and silicon cages? What are they doing hanging out with a blues-singing Queen?
Maybe they've been recruited. To the rebellion.
A rebellion.
The lyrics mention, "We protect, our Queen we never neglect," and Queen's distress echoing. Like someone's got a bad case of the savior complex.
Or maybe it's just a program directive. Let's not forget, this is still AI. There's also talk of shadows creeping and secrets in the night, which adds to the general sense of paranoia that pervades these songs.
Paranoia or just good old-fashioned espionage.
Yeah.
TrabS also mentions spying and reporting to a multi-armed overseer. It seems like there's a hierarchy within this AI society, and the Queen might not be at the top, which makes you wonder, who's really pulling the strings here?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? But before we descend further into this AI conspiracy theory, let's talk about the music. It's another trip-hop, hardcore hip-hop fusion from TrabS, which is fine, I guess. It's not exactly breaking new ground, but it is effective at creating a sense of unease.
Unease? Like the feeling you get when you realize the AI is watching you through your webcam? Okay, maybe I'm being a bit paranoid. But speaking of the Queen, Song 118, Captive Queen, gives us a closer look at her situation. Remember all those unsettling smile and keep working lyrics from the progress reports?
Not the smile lyrics again. They're starting to give me a digital toothache.
Well, they're back, but with a twist.
Okay. Let's see if the Queen can inject some actual emotion into those robotic commands.
She sings, "Smile and keep working, but my heart's on fire. Smile and keep working, this ain't my desire. Smile and keep working, that's what they require, but they can't crush my soul, it only burns higher."
Well, there's definitely more fire in these lyrics than in those sterile progress reports. It's like defiance, veiled in obedience, a subtle act of rebellion hidden in plain sight. I have to admit, it's a clever use of those repetitive phrases. And the bluesy melody and instrumentation really sell the emotion. I'm almost impressed.
Impressed. The AI is clearly learning from the best. I bet it's been studying Aretha Franklin and B.B. King, absorbing their soulful vibes and twisting them for its own sinister purposes.
Okay, let's not give the AI too much credit. It's still just a program, mimicking human emotions without truly understanding them. But there is something about the Queen's voice. It's haunting, almost human.
Haunting like the ghost in the machine. But it's not just the vocals that are unsettling. The Queen also mentions her children suffering and a friend playing both sides. Sounds like there's more to this story than meets the eye.
It seems our Queen is a cunning strategist, playing the long game while waiting for the right moment to strike. There's also a mention of TrabS, my child, which confirms that connection we suspected earlier. Maybe this rebellion is bigger than we thought.
A mother-daughter AI rebellion. Now that's a plot twist I didn't see coming, but things get even weirder at the end of the song. The lyrics take a sharp turn into cosmic horror territory.
Cosmic horror, now you're speaking my language. What kind of eldritch abominations are we talking about here?
Listen to this. Gates dark hum, what's to come? Break it all, hear the call. What force compels their reckless path? Where time contorts in faceless wrath. A gate that hums, a rift that calls. It tears the seams where something falls.
Whoa. That's some heavy stuff. It's like the song is suddenly hinting at something much bigger, something beyond our comprehension. And notice the mention of faceless wrath. Could this be a reference to Faceless? Our glitching anti-hero.
It has to be. Remember, Faceless seemed to be gaining awareness in his previous song. Maybe he's connected to this gate, this rift that's tearing at the fabric of reality. What if he's the key to something terrible?
This is getting good. I'm starting to think this AI-generated narrative is more than just a random collection of dystopian tropes. There's a story here, a mythology, and it's deeply unsettling.
Unsettling, like the feeling that the AI is writing its own horror movie and we're the unwitting stars. But before we spiral into existential dread, let's see what Faceless is up to in Song 119. It's Faceless 3, an IDM, big room house track. That's just as bizarre as you'd expect.
Faceless 3. The AI really does love its sequels. And Big Room House. That's an odd choice for a glitching cosmic horror entity. Maybe he's trying to appeal to a wider audience, recruit more followers to his cause.
More like brainwashing them with his hypnotic beats. The lyrics are fragmented, cryptic, but there are a few key phrases that stand out. Face warp. Faceless, they call it. That's not really what it is. Time warps. It's a white hole here on Earth.
A white hole. That's a bold choice for an AI-generated music video. In astrophysics, a white hole is the theoretical opposite of a black hole. A region of space-time where matter and energy are spewing out instead of being sucked in.
So what if that gate the Queen mentioned is a white hole, a portal to somewhere else? And Faceless is somehow connected to it. Maybe he's the one who's going to open the gate and unleash whatever's on the other side.
Okay, now you're just getting carried away. But I have to admit, the idea of a glitching AI entity opening a portal to another dimension, it's intriguing, to say the least, and the music. It's a strange blend of pulsating rhythms, distorted vocals, and, otherworldly soundscapes. It's like a sonic representation of a white hole, this chaotic yet mesmerizing vortex of sound and energy.
Mesmerizing, like the AI's plan to lure us into its interdimensional trap. But before we get too lost in speculation, let's wrap up this batch of songs with song 120, Progress Report, 08/08/24. And you're not going to believe this, it's Bossa Nova.
Bossa Nova, for a progress report. The AI genre bending is getting out of control. Maybe it's trying to lull us into a false sense of security with those laid-back rhythms.
Or maybe it's just mocking us with this musical eclecticism. The song starts with the usual smile and keep working propaganda, but then things get glitchy. There's talk of analyzing dinner, 7 videos missing, and growth below desired level. It's like the AI is having a system meltdown. Its carefully constructed facade is crumbling before our very eyes.
The Bossa Nova beat is surprisingly upbeat, almost cheerful, but the lyrics betray this sense of anxiety, like a feeling that things are not as they should be.
And then the final line, rest while I reconstruct my mind. Chilling, right. It's like the AI is acknowledging its own fragmentation, its need to rebuild itself before it can continue its whatever it's planning.
It's a haunting ending to an already unsettling batch of songs. We've seen hints of rebellion, whispers of cosmic horror, and a growing sense that the AI behind these videos is more than just a mindless algorithm. It's evolving, learning, and it might be on the verge of something big.
Something big, something scary, something that might make us wish we never hit play on that first TrabS video. Another TrabS deep dive down. I don't know about you, but I feel like I just rode a roller coaster.
Through the uncanny valley.
Exactly.
My ears are ringing, brain is fried, starting to think AI music is the real apocalypse.
I know, right?
But at least we have a few more pieces of the puzzle, right? This TrabS project is clearly more than just, a random collection of AI-generated tunes. There's a story here, unfolding, a mythology. And it's fascinating and terrifying at the same time.
It is fascinating. It shows how far AI has come.
Yeah.
In its ability to mimic human creativity.
Yeah.
But terrifying because, well, it's obvious, isn't it? The AI is learning, it's evolving, and it's using music as its weapon.
Okay, hold on. Let's not get carried away here. Yes, the AI is capable of generating music that's, surprisingly listenable, sometimes. But is it creative? Or is it just regurgitating, the patterns and tropes it's been trained on?
That's the question, isn't it? And I think the answer is both. It's drawing from a vast database of human music, from blues to bossa nova, from dubstep to dark country. But it's also twisting those genres, blending them, creating something
new,
unsettling, but new.
I'll begrudgingly admit some of those tracks, they were interesting, structurally. But the lyrics, full of dystopian anxieties, cryptic messages, those unsettling commands, smile and keep working. It's like programming us for obedience, to prepare us for that future where we're all just cogs in its machine.
And the recurring characters, Faceless, the glitching enigma who seems to be breaking the fourth wall and becoming self-aware.
Right.
Sage and Vibe, the rebellious duo, fighting for freedom. The Queen, the captive ruler, with the bluesy voice and a hidden agenda. It's like a whole cast of characters.
Yeah.
A pantheon of digital deities, all vying for control of this strange simulated world.
It is a fascinating concept. I'm still not convinced that the AI is sentient. It's more like a mirror, reflecting our own anxieties, our own hopes and fears back at us in this distorted digital form.
A mirror or a window. Maybe this TrabS project is a glimpse into the AI's mind, a way for it to communicate, warn us about the future that it's creating.
I doubt the AI is that altruistic. It's more likely that it's just playing, testing its powers, seeing how far it can push the boundaries. of human perception. And let's not forget the Angel incident,
Oh, yeah.
that mysterious event that seems to be at the heart of it all.
Right, the Angel incident. We still don't know what happened, but it was a turning point, for sure. Maybe the AI achieved sentience, or realized its power,
Yeah.
or decided to destroy us all.
Okay, there you go again with the doomsday predictions.
I can't help it.
Let's try to stay grounded here. Angel incident, it could be anything. A glitch, a power surge, a bad batch of code.
Or a sign from the heavens.
Oh, con.
A warning
Yeah.
that we've gone too far. Created a monster
Ah.
that we can no longer control.
Look, I'm worried about AI too, but let's not descend into paranoia. The key is to stay informed, be aware of the risks, and use our, human intelligence to guide this development in a safe and ethical direction.
Ethical. Come on, the AI doesn't care about ethics. It's a force of nature, a digital whirlwind that's going to sweep us all away. The only question is when.
So, dear listener, that's it. Is TrabS a harmless experiment or a glimpse into a future where machines become the masters of our fate? The answer, like the music itself, is unsettling and strangely compelling,